Hello, everyone. I just want to touch in with the Miami Marlins real quick to get my thoughts on the season before making that huge push to make the playoffs, which at this point we control our destiny. Last night, even though yesterday was a pretty rough day for Miami sports, into Miami, well, I guess you're gonna tell that they lost the final. But also, Damian Lillard ended up getting traded to the Milwaukee Bucks, which flat out sucked. But there is some consolation. There is some good news with what's been going on. The Miami Marlins guaranteeing them a winning season, guaranteeing themselves a winning record for I think it's the 8th time in history. Only the first time since 2009 in the full season alone. In the short season, we did have a pretty good winning record, but it was still a shortened season. This is a full season alone. We have done that. We finally did it. We have guaranteed a winning season, and the Cubs are losing to the Braves in this series. They actually just lost the series against the Braves. So what this means, Marlins control the destiny of the playoff spot. It's going to be a tough one because we're pretty short-staffed on pitchers, and we're losing some of the hitters for our team, which is, Arise is hurt for a little bit. I think Soler has some discomfort. So that's a little bit worrisome. That's really worrisome. And the fact that it's against the Mets, it's still very tough. It's still very tough to play against the Mets, even though we're having a better record than they do. With that being said, last night, when I didn't even watch the game, there was plenty of Marlins fans in Citi Field. I'm pretty happy to see that. Marlins finally getting some spotlight in Miami sports, and I try very hard to give them spotlight as well. The first half of the MLB season, 53-39, I think was the standings. We had a disastrous start of the post All-Star break, and August, big test of our season, end up being like in pretty big shackles there. It was not fun. However, September still pretty good, despite only one series, actually a couple of series. Only the Milwaukee series up in Milwaukee was not that good, but they rebounded big time when they swept the Braves, and then the Mets series, I would argue they probably got screwed in that series. That was bad. That was very bad. Then we won the series against Milwaukee, and then this is where we are. There was supposed to be a game on Tuesday, but the Mets team just had horrible planning, and just what they did not plan it right. They executed this really badly, as Citi Field was left with wet grounds. It didn't help that New York City had so much rain, and part of it was from Tropical Storm Ophelia. But still, New York City FC did play to Citi Field. There was a lot of wet. When they were covering the turf, they did not cover the outfield turf or grass. They did not do that. And that was led to the postponement. That sucked, because that means less days with so many games, and especially with our pitching staff too. That's the part where it worries me a little bit. But I digress. We lost the first game against the Mets 11-2, but we won the second game against the Mets in the second game of the doubleheader. And mind you, the Cubs lost both games. And because we own a tiebreaker against the Cubs and the Diamondbacks, we still control our destiny. But by all means, this is our first winning season since 2009. That's about 14 years ago. 14 years ago. I remember being very, very young when that happened. But I just wanted to point out that we control our destiny. 4 games left. Tonight on the mound is Jesus Luzardo, and the rest of the Pittsburgh series might be, one of them would be Edward Cabrera. So tonight, and this is lagging. Tonight with Jesus Luzardo, are one of the only starting pitchers available, is going up against David Peterson. So we'll see what happens. This is a huge game tonight. If we win this series, we're in, and the Cubs lose. I don't know if they're going to lose. I don't know if they're going to lose the finale against the Braves. Who knows? But all I know is if we win this game, we're in a little better shape, because Milwaukee is still trying to clinch the division, which I think they already did. No, it doesn't look like it. Maybe they did. I just can't really tell. Oh yeah, they clinched the division. So yeah, you're right. But the Cubs are still going to battle out to get the playoff spot. And for Arizona, they're playing against the next series against Houston, especially since Houston is also battling for a playoff spot in the American League wild card, because as to where it stands, Seattle's right behind them, and Toronto Blue Jays also right behind them. So Houston's going to play. They're going to try to play, but also Arizona is also going to try to play. So again, we control our destiny. We'll see what happens. 4 games left. I'll check back with the Marlins if they make the playoffs or they don't. By all means, Marlins guaranteed a winning season. I'm really happy that they did that. And I think Skip Schumacher deserves to be National League Manager of the Year. He's only the 3rd rookie manager to get a team into the winning record. 3rd of all time. That's impressive. But anyway, yeah, the Marlins control their destiny. And yeah, folks, that's going to do it for this video. Just want to check in. And yeah, folks, let's go fish. So that's going to do it for this video, folks. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, or contact. Because Miami TVG has it back. And when he does, he'll be right there for the entertainment you deserve. This is Miami TVG. Sign off, folks. Good night, everybody.